Okay, so we're talking about DAX. DAX is like formula that you write. Okay, and this is very similar to the Excel formula you have. Okay, um, okay. So let's say, um, okay. So we'll say Power BI DAX. What is DAX? DAX stands for Data Analysis Expressions. Okay, it's a formula language. Okay, it's a basically it's a set of formulae, right? That's what we call, right? Mini formula, right? Um, so there are different functions here. Okay, let's talk about different functions first. The one that I'm going to use very often is called aggregate. Okay, so you have aggregate. Okay, then we talk about handling date type. Okay, then how do you handle text type, right? Then the logical, right? How to handle logical data and or not types. Then you have counting. You want to count certain thing, right? So count could be your like sum, average, right? Now there could be some information also that you want to present here. It could even be information. Okay. Um, so the best part is when we start typing, right? Okay, we don't have to remember. It will recommend us when you type D, for example. It'll clearly show you date, diff, date, table, date, add, etc. Okay, based on what we type. Okay. So okay, so now if you talk about aggregate functions, okay. So aggregate functions, you have functions like again, we did in SQL also, we did in Excel also. You have like mean, max, okay, sum, average, okay. So these are your aggregate functions. Now, when you talk about counting, right? So counting, you have, remember we did the distinct, unique count. So it will ignore the duplicate values and give you the count of the unique values. Okay. Then you can have something called as count as well. Okay. If you go to logical, okay, in logical we generally deal with and or not, and or not. You also have something called as if and if error. Okay, so you know what if is, right? And if error is, if there's an error, then do what? So error handling can also be done using logical operator. Then when you go to search, sorry, text you have search. Okay, you're searching for a particular text. Let's say search, um, replace, apart from lower, upper, okay, etc. And there are more. Okay, I'm just giving you the important ones. Okay, in date you have uh, like date. Okay, date, you have hour, right? And then information, right? In information we have something like, is it a text? Check, is text, is it text, is text. Okay, is it error, is it blank? Is blank. Okay, Okay. So these are some of the things that we will see. Where do we see them? Okay. You will see them either on the calculated columns or calculated measures. Calculated measures. Okay. So this is where we use. Now, how do we use it? Where do we use it? Okay. So let's go to this Power BI. Okay. Um, get data uh, from Excel. Okay. Connect. So we'll do Superstore data. Superstore data is again publicly available. You can download it or you can download it from my GitHub location. Okay. So it has 4 tables. This is an Excel file which has 4 sheets. Okay. And we'll use orders, returns, users, and all of them. Okay. It is collecting. There's one error. What's that error? Okay. So you see this, right? Apply changes you can do. Okay. Okay. So now see, mostly we will work with raw data here, right? With DAX formula is on the data. So that same thing can be reflected on the visualization. Okay. When we create visualization, same thing should be seen there. So mostly these things are done at your modeling tab, data tab. So you can click on model. Okay. Okay. Or your data. So see here, modeling, you have new column, a new measure, right? If you want to add a new column, you can click on new column. If you want to add a new measure, you can click on new measure, right? So same thing will be there on the data also. New column, new measure, right? Let's say we'll click on new column for now. Okay. So see this new column, just get a new column. Now here I want to create this column based on some formula. Okay. I want to create, let's say, product ID, let's say product name. Okay. A product code. We have product ID, which is number, right? But I want to create product code just to demonstrate you know how to read the content, text content. We'll work on text right now. So here I'm going to say instead of column, I will say I'll give it a name. Okay. So I'm going to say product code. Okay. So I'll say product code. Product code equal to great. So the header will become product code. Now product code what? Okay. So product code. Okay. I want to use, let's say, let's say I want to use okay, so we'll take 3 letters from state, let's say. So product code equal to, okay, now you want 3 letters from right side or left side. Okay, so from, let's say, left side. So I'm going to say LEFT. So see, you got left here, LEFT. Okay, and here, and I'll talk about this column, right? Oops, sorry. So no, we are not done yet. Sorry. So left of you have state or province. You see, when I say state or province, it gave me state or province, and this is a column of table orders. Okay, and now since I'm saying left of this, I can say 4 letter or 3 letter or 5 letter. Now we hit enter and see what happens. See that? It took the first 4, left side 4. Yes?
Yes, Swapna.
That's it. Okay. Now, that's it in the sense. Now it is more about using the stuff, right? I mean, creating various things. So let's say I want to create a new measure. So you can go back here. Okay. Or you can go to model here and say new measure. Okay. Okay. We got new measure here. Now measure equal to what? Okay. Um, just thinking. So what do we do? Okay. Let's say uh, mm, let's say I talk about, okay, we'll call here projected profit, let's say. Okay. So let's say, you know, you are expecting the profit to be um, uh, like 200 times of what you have today, let's say. So I'll create profit here, right? Okay. So I'll say projected profit equal to profit okay, it's not coming, right? So what is the thing order? Okay, so I'm going to say single quote. Okay, orders. Okay, then you have profit into 200% is twice. Orders cannot be determined. So let's say if I remove orders here, okay, now it is not able to know. Okay, now when we go to data here, okay, let's say I go to here and I talk about this one. Okay, so here I will go and say new measure here. Okay, okay, new measure, then orders, projected profit, I got it here, right? Or I can say here, okay, projected profit. But this has an error. So we need to go and fix the error here. Let me go and fix the error here. Projected profit. This is the formula, right? So projected profit, let me select this one. I'll just select okay. Sum of, yes. So projected profit, okay. So this is sum here, right? So sum of, the moment I said sum of, you got all the open folder files that you have. Okay. So I want to say it is sum of your profit into 2. 200% is 2, right? Okay. Again, there's a okay, sum of product. Sorry, this is sum will get closed here, isn't it? And then you are doing multiply into 2, extra bracket. Yeah, finally it'll work. So I said sum of ordered profit. So okay, so this is the total sum and multiply with 2. So this is your profit. Now when I go here, okay, what you get is sum profit, and I want to add projected profit here. So see, this is a projected profit. So difference between column and measure is column will work on each value of the column, right? Each value of the row rather. And measure is you are bringing in new measure altogether. Okay. So this is your projected profit, you see, right? Now you want to add, okay. So let's say shipping cost. Shipping cost has increased. So new shipping cost, if I have to add for each of the product, then I have to add a new column, isn't it? So I'll go here, table, and I'll say new column. Okay. I'll say new column, and I'm going to say here 2023 shipping cost equal to, right? Now what should I do? What should I do here? So this is the shipping cost, right? Shipping cost into 1.25. That's a 20% increase. So all of these value will get updated here, right? So now when you go to visualization and you want to plot shipping cost, okay, okay, where is shipping cost here? 2023 shipping cost. Okay, alphabetical order, right? So it went in the beginning. This is your shipping cost, total shipping cost. Now if I add customer ID, okay, you get count of customer ID, right? But basically what we created this, right? Now you want to create a new measure again. Let's go back here and let's say you want to create a new measure. So measure will be on here. So new measure. Okay, so it created a new measure here. You can give a name. Okay, name is let's say um, original value. Okay, original value, and I'll say equal to 200, let's say. And you can give description and things like that. Okay, now if you go back here and we add original value to this, so see this is what we added. So basically there's a message here. Oh, okay. So you see that? So we can create a new column, okay, or we can create a new measure and we can add a formula, right? Okay. So this is how you can create a new measure and and new column. Now, when you go to new column here, okay, and you select the column, right? So when you select a column, there are few properties that you will see upstairs here on the top. Properties, you have customer name, that is the name, display data. Okay, so display data by default, default in the sense it has read the content here, and based on the content that we have, it has converted into text. We didn't say that it's text, but you can convert it back into whatever text type you want. Okay, then you're talking about summarization and data category. What is summarization? Of course, this format will work when you have uh, numbers, right? You can display decimal point and things like that. Now here you see, it said don't summarize. So if you want to summarize, you have to summarize based on what? The only number you can summarize on count and things like that. But here we are saying don't summarize. Text, we don't summarize. And data category, is it part of any of these? Address, place, okay? If it is, then it's going to convert that into, okay, your data visualization for the map, right? So in this case, do we have any such columns which can be categorized as map? So you have city itself, right? City should be able, we should be able to mark this here. So data category is uncategorized, right? We'll go back. City is city. Okay. Now when we go to our report, we can create a new page, and then we'll go with your map. And in map, we'll put city. Okay. Only if you have this globe kind of mark in front of this, only this you can use, right? Otherwise, we can't use. So that's why first it is important that you convert text to okay. Let me make it full screen. Okay, most of the companies are in US. Okay, so all your cities are being marked here. So to do that, you have to first convert into maps. Is that fine? Okay. Of course, you want to create a new visual. You can create a new visual. Okay, tomorrow I want to see how to read data from SQL Server and use that. So let's say, okay, so we'll talk about how to use Python in Power BI. Okay, okay, how to read Python in Power BI. See, Python commands can be written in Power BI. Okay, um, let's say uh, I'm just thinking. Okay. So let's say, okay, I go here and I say Python enable. So the output from Python script will come here. Output from Python script will come here. Okay. So click on Python. Then okay. Now you see here you have filters. You have okay. You have data fields, right? So I want to apply data fields on, let's say, uh, some simple profit, let's say. Okay, we'll put profit. Now you see that code is coming here. You see, it says dataset equal to pandas dot data frame profit. Okay, the code is automatically clicked here, right? Now the code is there. You can always go and edit the code, right? So this is how you read profit. Okay, and let's say you can delete the duplicate as well. Now what do I do with um, profit? Okay, I can, okay, to read this I have to remove this comment, right? So data is read. I can say here print data set. Okay, once you have written this data set, now we have to execute it, isn't it? Okay, so you see this play button. Okay, okay, so the output is trying to be published here. Okay, because we said print, okay, it cannot display that visually because it's not a visual. Okay, so you can't display, but this output, what you do here is linked to this visual. So what we can do is we can probably plot a bar graph. Okay, okay, we can create a bar graph, right? So to do that, we need to import, okay, a library called as matplotlib. Okay, so I'm going to create a matplotlib library. Okay, create or call rather, right? I would call a matplotlib library. Okay, um, so um, let's say I'll remove this and I'll say import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. Okay, okay, and then I'm going to say plt dot bar. Okay, now plot bar of what? Data set, right? And then I'm going to say plt dot show. Now when you run it, why it's not showing? Because this is the data on x-axis, correct? What is the data on y-axis? We also need data on y-axis, isn't it? So I'm not going to do the duplicate. I'm going to say here data X, okay, profit, and I'll say data. So this will make it data Y, okay, profit, and data X will put say customer ID, not customer ID. Yeah, let's put customer ID and see what happens. Okay, so you have okay, so you have customer ID. Now plot bar X comma Y. So X is data X, Y is data Y. Now do we get capital small y? Okay, let me do a simple one first. Then is it something wrong with the data? I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to create import numpy as np, and I'm going to create x equal to np dot array. Okay, and I'm going to create a list of values here. So here I'm going to say Sachin, Rohit, Kohli, right? And y I'm going to say here runs, let's say, okay, 40,000, 25,000, and 22,000. Okay, and here I'm going to say plt dot bar x comma y. Now let's run it. That's what there's something wrong here. Profit is not defined. Okay, profit is not defined because we have to import the orders. We have not imported the order. Okay, so for now let's comment this out. Okay, now let's run it and see. Now what happened? Y is not defined. We said x and x. So this is y. Now let's run it. So see, the graph has come. So you can put your code even in Power BI and graph will come.